Hey, Shalom, Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all the brothers teaching the truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, coming back once again, downtown Boston. And I just got a few things to say. Push the word, the Heavenly Father. And we got out the sign here, which let, you know, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that they're the true biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Okay? You know, this is it, man. This place is CTD, circling the drain. It's almost out of here without a shadow of doubt anybody's mind. Okay, nobody's the wiser. All right, you got all these leaders with their plans that's not going to come to fruition, right? But what's going to happen is this place is going to be utterly destroyed through thermonuclear fire. Right? Thus said the Holy Scriptures. Okay, when you look at it, this place is it can't get no worse. I mean, it is going to get worse, but I'm saying don't expect an improvement. It's not going to be improved. It can be improved. We're at the end. All right. Jeremiah 51 in verse 9 says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, every one into his own country, for judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Right? This place can't be healed. Just like the scriptures say. Right? It's in a what is it, $1 trillion debt. Okay? That's something they can't come back from. Right? All the wickedness that it has casted out in the earth, they're not going to be able to come back from that. Why? Because these nations now they see how dirty and defiled this goddamn place was, man. So it's not going to be no help for this place, right? And we read Isaiah the 33rd chapter, which I'm gonna grab in a minute. These other nations going to get busy on this place, man. All right, going to hurry up. It's no jokes, you know. Verse 10: the Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our power. Right, and that's a gauge right there. That's how bad this place has gotten. Because now you got the men of the Lord on the highways and byways. Okay, not starting yesterday, but as long as 1960, I believe. Okay, the elder apostles have been pushing this word. Okay, for the last 30 plus years, man. All praises due to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for bringing those men forth, okay? Keeping this word going forth. All right, but now we're starting to see the decline of this nation, man. In every aspect, man. It's filth out here. Filth. Let's get this. It's Micah 2:10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." Right? And if we don't get out of here soon, it is going to destroy us. All right. All these foods have carcinogens in it, which cause cancer. More people are going to start dying from cancer. Right? The water's polluted, the air's polluted, making what? The people polluted. Right? Most of these people that got triple dosages of the sauce. Okay. Now it's been reported that they got the veins. Okay. Should look up that term. Right. So you're polluted because this place made you polluted. All right. You don't want to stay in a place like this. Why would you want to stay in a place like this? It's not working out. And the more we wait in this wicked ass place, man, this place is gonna consume us. But that's why we have mercy right now. Right? Tells you. This Malachi 3:6. This is the elect of the nation of Israel. This is who this is referring to. It says, "For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. Even from the days of your fathers, ye are going away from my ordinance. They have not kept them. Turn unto me, and I will return unto you," saith the Lord of hosts. Right? So we got mercy on our side. As long as you come and repent, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord will make sure that you're not consumed in the days, man. But two-thirds of these people are going to be consumed because they're going to continue living on in wickedness, right? Like the scriptures say, if they keep on living in that type of way, the end is going to come for them. All right. Let's go back to grab this Isaiah 47. I'll switch it over. It's Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, or daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt not be called tender and delicate." Right? Like I said, they're doing everything nasty to the whole world, man. Even their own citizens. They're battling the great, okay? Complete wickedness to people. All right. How can you be, let's say, not living beyond your means, but have everything in control one year and then the next year things are just out of control. All right. But it's set up, right? These people are bringing this place to the brink of destruction. Right. Verse 3, it says, the nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, the shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and but I will not meet you as a man. Right. And as you can see, the shame has been uncovered here in Babylon the Great. Right? The whole world knows now. Look at these powers that's on the outside looking in. They look at the the government that we have right now in play, and they think this government is the worst ever. Okay, and that's all governments on the earth are looking at this place like it's the most pitifulest place on earth. Okay, and rightfully so because of the wicked that it has produced throughout the lands. All right, everybody's privy to it now. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Why? Because when you go to Revelations, and it talks about the whore that sits on the beast, right? What you're looking at now is people don't want the horse sitting on them anymore because she's a vile person. Okay, especially this thing that they got going with Benjamin, not a Jew, over there. Okay, committing genocide, they're trying to justify it in some type of way. Okay, that thing is not sitting well with most of the Arab world. Okay, and the Arab world is stopping transport of goods and services through the canal over there. Okay, so it's looking bad for America. America's messing up the works, so to speak, for a lot of nations. And these nations are getting ready to pop, and they're getting ready to go ham on this place. Why? Because they're in the way, right? If they can't settle conflict, but only can keep conflict going. Look at the situation over there in Ukraine. Same thing, right? Now that's going to be an ongoing situation. Why? Because it's slated that Ukraine is going to join NATO. People don't understand the problems that's going to set forth. All right, because Russia's already inside of Ukraine. NATO was set up to defend uh, what's that? Poland from Russia. Okay, the EU basically from Russia. So if Russia's already in the Ukraine and they join NATO, what's that? That's an automatic war. Okay, with the signing of that paper. Who's perpetuating that? The Western world, which is Babylon the Great. So this place is not going to be held in the regard of tender and delicate anymore. Okay, be called the Lady of Kingdoms any longer, right? It says, I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, as thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Right? And you're the only nation, that Israel fell in captivity to the brink of, we can't worship true and living power that we know. All right. And any other nations we were allowed to do that, except for this nation, which is America, which is AKA Babylon the Great. This place destroyed us with a sword destruction. Okay. Then it left a grievous wound for us. It's Jeremiah 30 and 12. It says, For thus saith the Lord, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. It said, there is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up, and thou hast no healing medicines. It's Shalaki brothers, just getting it in the blue letter. Like I was saying, right? They never let us. They let us go, but they didn't cure us. All right. This is the only nation that this has happened to. Because if we think back to when we left Egypt, what happened? They gave us gold and silver and cattle and things of that nature when we left Egypt. Okay, other nations did the same thing, right? It says, "There is none to plead thy cause. There is none to plead thy cause that thou mayest be bound up. That has no healing medicines. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one. For the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sins were increased." Yeah. So that's what the Lord put us in this state, only to bring us to this point in time right here, right? And we at it, right? When you get to Joel, the third chapter, what's going to happen is, right? The third world war is for who? It's for us. We released out of captivity. Okay, that's why the third world war is going to be fought to end Esau's rule and to bring back the captivity of the children of Israel. All right. Verse 15 says, "Why criest thou for thine afflictions? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto thee. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured." Right? So, everybody that took part in our captivity, putting us into captivity, they're going to be devoured. Thus said the scriptures, thus said the Lord. Okay? And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, right? And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey, right? So, like I said, man, the worst thing they could have did was put their hands on the apple of the most high eyes, okay? And that's what exactly they did. Doing so, now destruction is getting ready to befall them. Every type of calamity possible is getting ready to befall these people, man, going on. Recent war on that. It says, "For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, said the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after." And that's in their own hands, okay? But the thing was, we were supposed to turn and face our offenses, and come back onto the Heavenly Father. Then in turn, He would save us. save us out of calamity and destruction. Right? At the time of old, we used to have the judges, ultimate judge is coming, which is Yahweh Shai, right? Jeremiah 30, it says the restoration of Jacob. It says, thus said the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be built upon her own heap, and the place shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving and the voice of them that make merry, and I will multiply them, and they shall not be a few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Right? He's talking about the nation of Israel. It's going to grow exceedingly. Verse 20, it says, the children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me. And I will punish all that oppresses them. And their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governor shall proceed from the midst of them. And I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engaged his heart to approach unto me, said the Lord. And ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. Okay? So he's talking about the nation of Israel, turning back to him. Okay? Verse 23, it says, behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury, and continuing whirlwind, it shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. Verse 23, it says, look, this is the NLT. It says, look, the Lord's anger bursts out like a storm, a driving wind that swirls down on the heads of the wicked. Verse 24 in the NLT, the fierce anger of the Lord will not diminish until it has finished all he has planned. In the days to come, you will understand all this. That's what we're getting ready to see, right? We're getting ready to see the Lord visiting this place. I think it says that in the Apocrypha. Yep, and it's in the Apocrypha where it goes into it more. Now, I'm gonna go back to 47, then I'll move over to the Apocrypha. Isaiah 47 and 7, it says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. That's like a typical woman. Okay. No accountability, they're not at fault for anything. All right. So in the latter days, she already had forgotten about what she had did to the children of Israel, right? And who those people were. Now she's about to be shown. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that says in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. It says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, and one day, the loss of children and widowhood. Now you can see, with the last three years of or 4 years, I'll say, but now it's in the head uh, of coming to the end of latency, all right, with the juicy juice. Okay. But now you're starting to see that, you know, it's become, this place has become all that it said that it wasn't going to become. Just in a nutshell, just so I don't get to the video topic, you know. It says, verse 9, but those two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. Thy shall come upon thee, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of the sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. Right? And you can see it, they still trying to do their little spell, their little enchantments, but you know what? The scriptures say they was going to do that, right? It said that they was going to keep on trying their little enchantments. What you had Super Bowl, you had various people in the crowd doing sorcery, magic. Okay, not only in the crowd but the halftime show itself. Okay, then at the economic forum, where you had a shaman woman over there doing some BS witchcraft to all the leaders, blowing in their face. I guess for whatever that happens to come to fruition. But it's not. It's not, and we don't worry about those things any longer because we know that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is getting ready to make his move. Okay, we shouldn't have to worry about those things any longer. Okay, but we're in the know, and the people that's not in the know, they don't even care. Verse 10 it says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, None seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it rises, the mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know." You know? And you got moles walking around here, females and males alike, and they don't think nothing's gonna happen to them. You can't live your life in that type of wickedness, right? To think that the land that you're living in is all good, man. It's not. It's not. You know, let me get this in because a pair of moles just won't by right now. Let me grab this in Jude. This is Jude 1 and 7. It says, "Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Likewise, also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of dignities." And that's the people of Babylon the Great, man. They just don't stop, man. They think they can get away with everything. Okay? Everything. Everything. This place is nasty, man. Nasty, defiled. You don't really want to touch women here. Ugh, you know, even though we like women, you know, but it's just not it's not the time for it. Not any longer, man. place is a cistern. Nasty. Verse 12 of Isaiah 47. It says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of the sorceries of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, that mayest prevail. You know, and all the blood drinking is not going to help you. Okay, probably be like Machine Gun Kelly if you want to. That dude is absolutely destroyed, man. Okay, it's no help for this guy. By the years in, he'll be having black eyeballs and go along with his black skin tattoo all over. Oh, it's just rampant there, boy. Reading in the NLT, verse 13. All the advice you receive has made you tired. Where are all your astrologers, those stargazers who make predictions each month? Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. Right? Like I said, that's what they're doing. Okay. People in the White House going to what's those palm readers and bringing in seance, people that do seances and things of that nature, man. There's nothing they can do. The left hand side is pulling back from them. Why? Because righteousness is getting ready to overtake the earth. Okay? As sure as we can see all the crafty devices that they've been setting up. Let me grab that and then I'll come back. In 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, it says, least Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? So, like I said, nothing's going to be able to save them because now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, we see what devices they have been putting forth and what snares they've been laying down. Okay. It says, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor a fire to sit before. Right? Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. Thou shalt wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. Right? Reading NLT, verse 15, it says, and all your friends, those with whom you've done business since childhood, will go their own ways, turning a deaf ear to your cries, and rightfully so, right? But when you get to, you go to it right now, Obadiah, and then I'm going to Isaiah 33, go to Obadiah right now. Go right to it. Verse 7, Obadiah, verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and rebelled against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Right? So because you played this game with these nations, right? Which they're all pissed now at this point. Since you played that game with them, now treacherous dealings are about to befall you, right? Like I said, I'm gonna get it right here, Isaiah 33. Isaiah 33, it says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and thou dealt not treacherously with thee. Thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And that's mainly, you know, the Native Americans first and foremost. That's the first people that you did wrong. Okay, when you came over here. Okay, Gad and Reuben, they tried to help out with your stinky asses, And what happened was you stabbed them in the back, right? So guess what? Gonna happen on to you, especially Israel. We ain't even got to go into it for the nation of Israel, wearing the Lord's weapons, the battle axe, and so to speak. The scriptures talk about that. But getting back to these other nations, man, right? When you did Psalms 83 deal with them, right? You didn't give them a slice of the pie. Instead, you took some more, and then took some more after that. Okay, and you made their nations corrupt every time. All right. Anytime that anytime you go over to any other nation, you give them strong drink. It says it. Yeah, right. Let me see if I can find it. Habakkuk 2 and 15. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest that bottle to him, and maketh him drunk also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Right? And that's what you did 100% to these other nations. Got them woozy, and then you looked upon their nakedness and you pillaged and robbed them. Okay? And these people, they're not, these people are not going to deal fairly with Babylon the Great, man. They're just going to blow this shit out of the water, man. Thus said the scriptures, man. That's what's coming. Isaiah 33 and 2. It says, O Lord, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou there every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. At the noise of thy tumult, the people fled. At the lifting up of thyself, the nations were scattered. And your spoils shall be gathered like the gathering of the caterpillar. As the running to and fro of locusts shall he run upon them. This is what's going to happen to you. All right, Babylon. The Lord is exalted for He dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. Read verse 5 in the NLT for that. It says, though the Lord is very great and lives in heaven, he will make Jerusalem his home of justice, righteousness. So he's coming back to dwell there, okay? In among his people. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, the strength of salvation, the fears of the Lord is his treasure. Behold, their valiant ones shall cry without, the ambassadors of peace shall weep bitterly. Not to mention, this place don't even have a army. All right, that's changing now because, like it says in Amos 9, it talks about trying to say it in my head. That's what they already bowed down. Isaiah 9, Salafi. Isaiah 9. It's Isaiah 9 and 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Yeah, that's what this war is going to be fought with. Because there is no army no more. Okay? Babylon the Great is done. Most of these nations, okay, most of these nations don't have a strong military anymore. I think England is one place where they have to institute the draft. And I know here in Babylon the Great, they're going to have to institute the draft as well. Verse 7 again, go back into it. Isaiah 33 and 7 says, behold, their valiant ones shall cry without. The ambassadors of peace shall weep bitterly. The highways lie waste. The wayfaring man ceases. He hath broken the covenant. He hath despised the cities. He regardeth no man. Verse 8 in the NLT, it says, your roads are deserted. No one travels them anymore. The Assyrians have broken their peace treaty and care nothing for the promises they made before witnesses. They have no respect for anyone. That's ooh, man. That's just a chalk up, okay, to what these men did. The earth mourneth and languish. Lebanon is ashamed and hewn down. Sharon is like a wilderness. And Bashan and Carmel shake off their fruits. Now will I rise, says the Lord. Now will I be exalted. Now will I lift up myself. Ye shall conceive chaff. Ye shall bring forth stubble. Your breath as fire shall devour you. You Assyrians produce nothing but dry grass and stubble. Your own breath returned to fire and consumed you. Okay? Going to Jeremiah, because that's what it's going into. People didn't talk so much hot air, right? That these other nations are getting ready to turn on you. They're getting ready to put this place down. All right. Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 51. 1, it says, thus said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind. What is that destroying wind? Okay, I'm going to go into it. I probably have to read Job, second chapter. He says, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. All the nations are going to surround this place. Right? Shoot missiles upon it. Okay, that's what they're going to do. Lord's will, we're here to see that. You know? Verse 3, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine, right? And spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all hope her. Salaki, let me read it over again. Verse 3 says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. Verse 4 in the NLT says, they will fall dead in the land of the Babylonians, slashed to death in her streets. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power of the Lord, which is Yahweh of hosts. Okay, though the land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. And you can't say that that ain't talking about Babylon. Okay, this place is that's pure, unadulterated. You can commit whatever atrocities here, wickedness here. Okay, it's sweeping underneath a damn rug. And nobody never says nothing to you, so you know it's talking about it. Okay, verse 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Right? That's plain to see, man. Right? The nations are mad. It's getting ready to be a violent outburst. Okay? Real violent outburst. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness, and come, let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord, our power. Right? Verse 11 says, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. So you can see World War III is developing, right? King of the Medes. Well, Just because we read that, it's prophesied that he's going to do damage to this place. Okay, and the moon is pertaining to Russia, right? So you had the Median Persian Empire. Verse 12: Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambush. For the Lord hath both devised and done that which he speak against the inhabitants of Babylon. So it's already written. The scriptures say the Lord is a man that he who does not lie. That's what you see. He's not lying. He's going to get down to business. All right. Talking about Babylon the Great. You're going to get busy one time. You're going to destroy this place. And rightfully so. Jeremiah 51 and 13. It says, O that thou that dwellest upon the many waters, abundant in treasures, thy end is come in the measure of thy covetousness. Brothers, yeah. You could tell it's talking about Babylon the Great because it's the whore that sat on many waters, right? Which means nations, people, all right, waters. Verse 14, the Lord of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, Surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, they shall lift up and shout against thee. And if you look at what's happening now with the migrants coming in, all right, this is exactly the part that we at, right? Verse 14, Jeremiah 51 and 14. Right? He's filling up these cities with the migrants coming across, man. And already, it's reports of invasions and, you know, different happenings going on. And it's just going to get worse. People here in Babylon the Great, none of watch it, man. Right? Let's get to the end result. Isaiah 35, 34. Isaiah 34 and 1, it says, Come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their enemies. Armies, Salah. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. That means powers, okay? Read verse 3. Verse 3 NLT. It says, The dead will be left unburied, and the stench of rotting bodies will fill the land. Mountains will flow with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curses to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idum. Okay, and that's the nuclear missiles. Right? Vengeance of the Lord is going to meet these people, right, as a nuke as well. Right. Let's go to Isaiah 63. It's Isaiah 63. It says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments, from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speaketh in righteousness, mighty to save." Right? Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. But when the Lord comes back, his apparel is going to be red, signifying that he's busy on the wicked. Okay? 2/3 of our people and the heathen nations, all right? It says, "I have trodden the wine presses alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnant. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come." Okay? The Lord is going to save us out of this place, man. When he comes back to trample the heathens, that's our day of redemption. It's soon. It says, "And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me. In my fury it upheld me." Verse 6, "And I will tread down the people in my anger and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth." So Yahushua is coming back to spill the blood of the heathens, man, right? And the wicked. That's with no commercial in between, with no break, right? That's going to be justice, man. We get this and close it out. Even us, when he redeems us, this is what we have to look forward to. This is Isaiah 62. It says, for Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth. And the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory. And thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Lord shall name. Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of the Lord, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy power. Right? Thou shalt no more be turned forsaken, neither shall the land any more be turned desolate. But thou shalt be called Hipzibah, and thy land Beulah, for the Lord delighteth in thee, and the land shall be married. And this is just basically going into us coming back on to the Lord and being a nation that was before, but even better. Okay, well, I'm reading, just reading down, reading the NLT from verse 4. It says, never again will you be called the forsaken city or desolate land. Your new name will be the city of God's delight and the bride of God. For the Lord delights in you and will call you as his bride. Your children will commit themselves to you, O Jerusalem, just as a young man commits himself to his bride. Then God will rejoice over you as a bridegroom rejoices over his bride. O Jerusalem, I have posted watchmen on your walls. They will pray day and night, continually taking no rest. All you who pray to the Lord, give the Lord no rest until he comes and completes his work, until he makes Jerusalem the pride of the earth. Okay? That's why we out here on the highways and byways as well. It says, the Lord hath sworn by his right hand and by the arm of his strength, surely I will no more give thee corn to be meat for thine enemies, and the son of the stranger shall not drink thy wine, for the, the which thou hast labored. Right? So nobody's going to take anything from us, not even our land, not even one morsel of food, anything. But as you can see here in Babylon the Great, aka America, we are the downtrodden. Okay, we don't get nothing. Like, nothing at all. Nobody cares about the children of Israel on this side of the earth, man. Okay. Says verse 9, but they that have gathered it shall eat it and praise the Lord, and they that have brought it together shall drink it in the courts of my holiness. Go through, go through the gates, prepare ye the way of the people, cast up the highway, gather out the stones, lift up a standard for the people. Behold, the Lord hath proclaimed unto the end of the world, say ye to the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation is coming. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. Reading the NLT, verse 11. Says, the Lord hath sent this message to every land. Tell the people of Israel, look, your Savior is coming. See, he brings his reward with him as he comes. Verse 12 in the NLT. They will be called thy holy people, and the people redeemed by the Lord. And Jerusalem will be known as a desirable place, in the city no longer forsaken. Right? So the Lord's coming back with sword destruction for this place. And within doing so, man, It's our redemption. We out of here. Okay. Never be laid a hand on ever again. Man. Okay. So with that, I want to say all praises due to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shad, Ba'Shem Rakakadash, the double honors to the elder apostle, the great millstone. Shalom. Shalom.